Afternoon all. I thought I'd play on the very fierce 3-minute ICC auto pairing. So we've got a Grand Prix attack from the first game this afternoon. I'll put the bishop on here, a2. Let's see. That's already quite annoying. Let's play f5. Hope
Check.
to see the rating and stuff. Oh, that's a bit of a relief to take on f3. I think positionally this is a bit suspect. This system. Maybe the Morris Smith gambit's a little bit better for this 3-minute auto pairing. Right, but anyway, if I take on f6, or I think I have to do something quick anyway. Is this any good? I want him to maybe take that so I get the f6 pressure. I've got pressure on f6 and it's pinned. That looks like a very fine position. All the pieces look to be working very very hard here. Hi all, if you want to chat, ask questions, whatever. But please don't suggest any moves. I hope there's a delay so you can't really suggest anything useful to me anyway. So, okay. Knight f6 or just g4 or c3, I wonder. c3 just to get that d4 square control. Let's see. Right, now knight f6.
Check.
So it should be useful on the dark squares. Except I've just dropped, of course, bishop, which probably doesn't help. Whoops. Okay. So rook f5 and queen h6. I can hear an army of ducks in the background. Don't know what's going on there. Okay. Rook e8. That's going to be annoying. What about g4 after rook e8? Okay, queen h6 here. Rook e7. It's not good to give up a piece like I've done, really. That's intriguing. What about... I thought knight... rook h4 is dangerous. Queen h7. I'm actually threatening queen takes h7 here for rook h4. Will he miss that? This is already... It's promising what's happened here. Even though I'm a piece down, I just want to play queen takes h7, king takes, and rook h4. King moves, rook h8. It's a beautiful little combinatory idea, which is very, very good to remember for your own games. And it can score some points.
Check. Like
this, I think. Unless I've missed something. I don't want a mouse slip. Let me pick up the rook and put it on h4. Okay, he's resigned. He's resigned. So it takes, just to demonstrate this.
Check.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Checkmate.
Okay, good first game, but I did blunder a piece, and I don't recommend blundering a piece, even in 3 minutes. So, anyway, it was good fun. So, a GM, a Grandmaster already, in game 2 today, like auto pairing. Okay, so let's try a quick c5. An Indian GM, I wonder if he's not too happy about Vishy Anand at the moment. I guess he knows what he's doing on queen b2. Do I trust him or not? I mean, if I secure a6 first and invite double pawns, I want to be the one with dynamic potential. So having double pawns is often a sign that you're trying to get dynamic potential for structural concessions, like the g file to the bishop pair. If I took on a2, he's b2, he could do all sorts of things, just like bishop d2 maybe, or knight b5. But here, queen b2 might actually be being threatened here. I don't know. Now, okay, so he's parrying that now. Okay, so if I just played g6, would he really take on f6? I mean, it does give me e-file pressure potentially. It's not clear cut taking on f6. So bishop g7, just castle. I would look forward to e6. Okay, I don't mind him kicking the queen back. I think queen b4, there's rook a4. I've got a significant 40-second advantage nearly. That's very, very useful. I think I might still have, unfortunately, a mouse issue though. I'm hoping I don't have too many misclicks. If I play for b5 and have a knight on b6. So, okay, getting an isolated a pawn is a small concession surely, because potentially I've got b file pressure. So again, this constant idea, structural concessions versus piece activity, just is a very, very common theme. So here, I don't know about c4. There's knight b5 potentially. He could use that. No, it's not pinned because my knight's protecting a8. But I have given up some squares by playing c4. But I wanted that c5 square. It's like swings and roundabouts all the time. Okay, so this measly a6 pawn, I could try and maybe put it on a4, give up the b5 square. But it would be protected on a4 with this knight. Any b3 I could take c file pressure. I'm not sure that a knight b5 is ever so dangerous. I'm often playing moves like c6 in the King's Engine, I've noticed recently. And I wanted to try and know why am I doing that. And I think there was this like John Nunn lecture once in the King's Engine defense where he was playing Korchnoi and he regretted not playing c6. And if you hear some sort of advice from a particular game from someone you really respect, sometimes you can totally use the information inappropriately in your own games. You start thinking in irrelevant positions really. So anyway, so e5, knight g4. But here I don't think it's, I don't think it was a big deal, any knight on b5. But so f6 and then knight e5 maybe. So knight e5. I've got a big clock advantage. I hope I'm gonna be able to do something with this to capitalize, as they say, on that sort of advantage on the clock. So h5 here maybe, just to stop any dangerous pawn. I think I've got a nice grip on the position. This f file could be useful for f2. That could be useful defensively, but it is risking my king. I think more pawns near my king, stopping the use of the g5 square, avoiding bishop takes h5. Okay, and now what to do here? I could undouble my pawns, I think. This is dramatic now. So this knight f5 could be a pain. I'll put the pawn on a4 for a moment. Knight f5 could be a dangerous thing. Maybe rook g8, there's a bit of prophylaxis coming up. I can try and get the queens off. I use that e5 square. Try and get the queens off. c4's holding for a moment. It's down to 20 seconds. a3 looks as though it's an interesting move to undermine c3 here. Maybe queen takes, or queen takes b2. I don't really want to draw because I've got a big clock advantage. He's offered a draw, so that's usually a good sign. If a GM offers you a draw, they're usually not that generous. So, he's targeting my king. Okay, let's get back for king safety here. Oh, he's getting back on the clock. Uh-oh. Oh, let's move. Oh no, f6. It's all a bit dangerous. g6. I've only got a 5-second clock advantage after all that.
Time.
No, that was a bad move. Oh no, I've just been mated. Oh no. Oh, just get the queens off.
Check.
No, I've got to stop this pawn. No! Wrong move. Oh, tragic. I had such a nice clock advantage and everything. Somehow he deflected the attention to my king side. And I lost on time. Ah, just take the draw next time maybe. I don't know. No, I thought I was better. It's only 3 minutes. Doesn't matter. But that knight d5 was very painful to think about. Okay, I've got my tea with me, so maybe I'm going to get a caffeine boost at some point. Okay, this looks like a reasonable position from the opening. If I can capture the light squares, I have a lovely light square grip, but I don't know the dynamic potential here for my opponent. Being a GM, I'm sure he's going to find a lot of ways to create dynamism. He can actually take on d5, but g6, bishop g6 check. Okay. It looks like a lovely position. That knight f5 looks particularly juicy. It looks an absolutely juicy move, knight f5. I hope I haven't set a pattern of having a massive clock advantage and losing. This is exceptional to have 40-second clock advantages against two GMs, but that first game, a bit tragic in the end. So, but knight f5, this looks like a wonderful position. I don't know if I'm overestimating here. I mean, am I overestimating this position? It looks great. I mean, what more did I want from the opening? I've got a ready-made attack. Bishop g6 looks intriguing. Knight f5. I think, okay, my king's in the center, but surely, if I just stop any naughtiness with e4 coming up, if I play f3, I must have a fine position here. Mind you, he can take on d5. If I do this, just blockade for a moment the e4 square and protect d5. No, I need the animations, duffel pods, but thanks for the tip. So I'm trying to, where is the counterplay? I just don't want to give my GM opponent counterplay. Where can this knight go? I can go back and reinforce d5. He can actually take it though. He is taking it. Whoops. Trouble begins. Uh-oh. Okay, now he's getting lots of pins and stuff. d5 is coming in. Can I play d5? Can I? Oh, nasty. And now it's all unclear. It's gone crazy. d5 looks good. I played g5 just to go for his king. Hope for the best. Trying to tear up his king position. Is this diagonal any use? Probably not. Maybe knight g7 is annoying. I've got a 30-second advantage. Okay, a 30-second advantage. There's a pin on d5 now, so I might not be losing a piece immediately. I can even maybe consider queen e8. Queen e4 for rook d8 on rook e4. Why am I down to 20 seconds? Is my connection gone? If I take on e8 first, then take on d. No. I'm going to have to go with this. He's simplifying, and I seem to have no clock advantage. And he's got all these passed pawns. This looks like I'm a piece down. I don't know what happened there. I don't know what's happening here. Oh dear. It's total overestimation of position. Oh well. Maybe I should try underestimating my position. and more tea. I think that might help. Okay, can I get this bishop? Is that useful? I think a5 just to try and loosen b3. If a4 knight, this knight's looser if he moves the a pawn. Okay, that's a looser knight. Maybe d5 coming up. It's going to be handy. Is it? I could play d5 here and hope for the best. I've got my knight supporting d5. I could play knight e4 after. It looks fairly thematic. I'm on F. I've got f4 pressure. I've got diagonal pressure. All right. Well, that looks pretty good intuitively. But I've said that in the last two games. I thought I had a good position at some point. Maybe knight takes f4. It's bishop e7. Queen takes f4. I think queen takes f4. Right, so what to do with the queen? I think h5, h4. I've got to try and get to his king. His queen's over there. So I want to play h4, h3. What's this? Surely I've got a chance here, please. Let me get to your king side. Let me undermine your king. h4, h3. He's pinning the knight. Should I be worried yet? I can take that rook's loose. Okay, I'm not worried too much yet. Although the c4 bishop, you take on c4. He's loosening d8. If I take, he takes on d8. Okay, what to do with this bishop? I want to keep it on the board. Maybe bishop d3, bishop b3. It's not very useful. If I just protect my rook with the queen, so my queen's protecting the rook, so knight takes, I can play rook takes. I want to play h3 but without losing a whole bishop, because you can always, after taking, play bishop takes g2. So knight takes, rook takes. So my queen is protecting there. What's the threat? What about rook f4 here? If he tries bishop, I could take. Oh, he's on my. Oh, he's winning the exchange. Okay. So is h3 worth it? I think bishop e5 coming up should give some compensation. What about hg first and then queen f4? It fragments the structure a bit. Just one pawn on h2 is more vulnerable. Oh, Muppets. No. Oh dear, oh dear. I didn't mean to give up a whole, like, rook. That's a bit of a shame. Oh, it's all gone. Bishop f4, and he's taking on e5. No, I'm on f3. There's a little bit of hope left. Rook d3? No, rook d3 doesn't look too hot. Play it anyway. Let's check.
Check.
Oh, okay, I'm getting some material back. A bit of luck for a change. I don't know. He's under pressure, I would say. So the knight g2. Try and weaken his king a bit. Block the g file.
Check.
Okay, so I'll go back here. So I want h2 and I'm rook h3.
Check.
Oh,
Check.
blunder. Not again. He's got bishop g7. Tying down to h2.
Check.
Giving back the exchange. He's only got 6 seconds.
Check. Check. Check.
No, 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 no.
Check.
Let's not lose my whole time advantage.
Check. Check.
Throw in a few checks here and there. Try not to lose the rook.
Time. Check. 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 Check.
Got him on time anyway. Yes, I'm a FIDE CM. It's the lowest title on FIDE, but technically it's a FIDE title. I've been over 2200, so it's FIDE CM. Okay, but this is very, very tough auto pairing. This looks like a good position. I'm wondering to treat it as like a reverse King's Engine defense. It's like a reverse King's Engine here. So g4, knight g3. Oh, hang on. I can put up the bit rate. Sorry, I put a low bit rate. Maybe, I don't know if I can change that right now dynamically. Let's try. Hang on a sec. No, I can't. Sorry, no, I think I have to do it another. Is it really bad? Do you think I should stop and start again? Is it really, really bad? I mean, my speed's okay. Anyway, I mean, fairly quick. So g3 is a bit vulnerable here. d3 is being undermined.
Check.
So is d4 possible? I'm just losing that pawn. If he takes, then queen b5. I'm on. Oh, he's got bishop f3 after. He can play bishop f5 here. That's a bit of a shame. No, he hasn't. Hang on, I'm hitting 2 bishops. No, he's definitely got bishop f3 after. Okay. Yep. Bishop f3 after. Gives me the light squared bishop. I win f6 though. So some of you say it's fine. I mean, I put it on a 420. I mean, I have actually got a good internet here, fiber. Finally, reasonable. And I've got a clock advantage. I mean, I'm getting these clock advantages I don't remember getting in the past. So I think my internet is better than before for 3-minute chess. But for streaming, I don't know. I don't know what's going on there. Let's keep a rook on the 7th possibility. Maybe this. No, knight d4, queen e5 check. Knight d4 looks like positional, but queen takes e5 is a snag. So I just want to play, I think, rook b3 or a5 for a6. I wonder. He's taking his time. He's aiming to win a pawn here. Alright, time for rook on the 7th. Keep a pawn on b6, it could be useful. But you could play knight takes a5. No, it takes rook e7. Rook check, bishop f1. Is it a big deal, or knight f1? Look at this clock. What is he doing? That gives my king h2. I'm pleased with this because he's only got about 10 seconds. And he's not that low rated, 2097. So to get a massive clock advantage like this, that's pretty promising for other games.
Check.
But I am dropping material. Yeah. Can I go for that c8 thing? I'm going for c8. No, he just takes on b6. Just takes on b6. Clock. It's only 3 minutes. He lost on time, just to make that short clear. Okay, so I'm 21-5-3 now. This is quite good for the 3-minute auto pairing. There's lots of IMs that are less than 21-5-3. It's one of the most vicious, challenging online auto pairing systems on the internet, the ICC auto pairing. The ICC is a very long established server from the 90s, I think. Very well established. It's got the biggest share of IMs and GMs playing on it. And its auto pairing is where you can't choose your opponents. It depends on how well you're doing. If you win, you get usually a much stronger opponent. So Loco must be doing quite well, though. Quite low rating at the moment, Loco. But I think he's going to be pretty good. So his opening looks quite good. I mean, takes here, takes. I'm on d3. I can afford this knight e5 because knight takes and knight d3. What? I was just saying about that. Knight d3.
Check.
I was just saying, isn't that relevant analysis or what? Oh dear, oh dear. Should I threaten bishop g4? Oh dear, oh dear. Oh, I'm threatening takes and bishop g4 now. What a beautiful position. It's handy to be a piece up, I tell you. It's very, very handy to be a piece up. All of a sudden king safety can crumble like this.
Check.
Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm not laughing. I'm not laughing. Oh dear, oh dear. It's not funny. It's just 3 minutes. It's what you expect in 3 minutes. It's entertainment chess. Oh, but it's funny that knight h5 he tried to punish. It's a bit of a horizon effect. And the old engines had this thing called horizon effect. Now they can only calculate a few moves ahead if you go back to the 90s or whatever. And you know, if you looked a bit further, there's sometimes a sting on the end of the tail. So there's a slight problem with this combination. Knight takes e5 is on d3. Otherwise, it was a great idea. I mean, let's go with c5. I haven't played this. It just weakens all the light squares. But as long as you know the downsides of what you're doing, then that's kind of an objectivity, I think, in its own right. That you play something which you know is rubbish, but that means you can control that rubbish. You don't have to play it in a longer game. If you know it's rubbish, if you know it's just reserved for 3 minutes, that's a really good thing. It's objectivity, kind of. You don't have to play in a solid style for Blitz. But, I mean, here, this looks like a passive method. He's given me this, I've kind of justified the c5. You know, that is quite a good pawn here. I wonder about giving up the bishop or not. If I play queen d7, I get a better grip potentially on d4. He gets that light square bishop, but my grip on d4 is much better. Surely. I can play for knight c3 or something. I've just blundered. Oh, please. I've just gone into a mammoth pin. Whatever I do now, I'm in a mammoth pin. That's not very funny. Huh. Oh, that was silly. Just rook e1 now. Oh, so knight f2. Rook f4 doesn't help. d3. Oh, might as well play d3. Silly, silly, silly. Meads blunder the piece this time.
Check.
At least g3 is slightly weaker. So maybe queen d6 coming up. I was doing well there. That's a bit of a shame. I've got my tea though, so I'm a bit more optimistic. I can wake up at some point tactically. Right, it's on g7 now. If I kick this rook and protect g7, there's rook g5 and there's bishop d4. There isn't bishop d4 anymore. So tactically after rook g5, that's horrible. There's no bishop d4 there. No, he's got a grip. He's got an iron grip on the position. Well fluffed up. In fact, knight g6 is almost winning because the queen, if it wasn't for more the pawns protecting h5. Aha, very good. Is there a flaw in this at all? So if I take the queen, bishop g7's mating. And what if I just take the rook? If I just take the rook? If I just take on g3, there's knight f5. If I take on g3 with the queen, maybe. So he comes up with knight f5. That's still pretty devastating. Knight f5. He's on g7 threatening mate. All sorts I have to take. That is well fluffed up game. I don't think I'm coming back from this a piece down. Bishop down. So that knight h4 was very good. One move cost a piece. I can try and get my king into the game. So if I can get some counterplay with my king. Very unlikely. It's significant. I've got an f pawn. Now we know f pawns are dangerous from the World Championship. So maybe I'll start pushing my f pawn and hope for the best.
Check.
But if it goes on f5, the bishop's going to munch it with the rook. There's nothing else to do here. That spells the end of the game. Okay, so that does spell the end of the game. That was a shame. Anyway, moving on. Oh no, 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 what am I doing? What is he doing? Okay, what's happened here? Panic. Don't panic. What is all this undermining stuff? This is quite disturbing. Okay. Do I get any compensation here? If I get a knight to e4, knight g3 to e4, I'll hit the queen and f6. So I want that knight e4. He's just stopped it. I can't do anything with this guy. And he can't, he's not letting me castle. This is horrible. No, he's got me done over already. That was quick. Oh dear, oh dear. This looks terrible. Oh. Well, I'm going to be mating on F2 soon as well. Alright. Yeah. How to lose without a fight. Sacking on E4. Queen D5, knight F6. Maybe F5 is handy. I doubt it. Something's gone really wrong in this game, to say the least. Oh no. End of game. Something went bad wrong there. Oh well. Let's try an elephant gambit or something. D5 anyway. This might be good fun. Yep. Okay, I'll take care of this one. On B2 and E3. If I take on B2, knight C3, there's knight B4 actually. There's knight B4 there. It's not so clear cut. Alright. I'm on E3 again. Let me take E3.
Check.
He's about my rating, so it's not as if he's a bunny total on rating. I don't know. Maybe surprise openings sometimes do pay off in Blitz. Surprise openings. No, knight F3 looks too juicy not to be excited about. But I'll reserve it. I think I'm going to reserve knight F3 for a special treat when he plays Queen D2. Oh no. I should have played it. I should have played it. Oh well. I can't complain about this opening. That's for sure. Now knight F3, and then
Check.
knight takes C3. Well, ouch. I won that, just to be clear. I was playing black. Honest, I was playing black. I had the black pieces. He's just resigned. Okay, just want to make that clear that I'm not losing every single game here. So this is the dreaded Botvinnik system. A lot of players hate playing against this. I'm hoping he's one of them. There's a very easy plan of F4, F5 sometimes. I'm not sure here how good it is. Can I take that? I'll keep my pawns towards the centre. Intriguing. So the idea of the English opening is often to get central pawns going, but he's got a lot of potential for central pawns as well. And that looks a bit unsound. Queen can come to H4 later. What to do here? E5, D6. Put pressure on C5 first. Oh, no. Let's just do this. I want the F4 square. It's only Blitz. I want the F4 square. so d6. Pawns are too loose. I want to play for g4 next to get to f7. I want a rook on f7.
Check.
Oh, I'm getting hacked instead. Ah, fg threatens g3. This is not right, is it? There's rook f7 though. I don't want him using the h file. Is my queen useful? We can go there. Right, I'll stop this. Oh, queen b6 for queen d6. There's f6. There's rook e6. There's queen c7. There's queen takes c5. It might not be amazingly terrible, this position. After queen takes c5. I'm actually on threatening queen d4. I can actually be material up. I've got this d pawn now. Let's guide this d pawn, but prepare not to lose d3. I'm on b7 now. Okay, so if I take here on d4, get the pawn off a light square. So bishop f3 and bring my king to e3 to f4 later. What about d5? Now that the bishop's there, d5. You could attack it, bring the king in. Right, d5.
Check.
Okay, where does the rook come in? Rook g8 is handy. Let's go with rook g8. Try and get this g pawn running. Magnus Carlsen is fantastic with passed pawns.
Check.
In the World Championship. I don't know if anyone's noticed. His passed pawn management is exceptional. So I've created a passed pawn. I want to learn about passed pawns, I think. Cut the rook, the king off. Now this looks really dangerous for him. For g7 check and bishop d5. Check. Looks like end of game here. I told you, passed pawns are really dangerous in chess. So bishop d5 on here, bishop d5.
Check.
He's denied that pleasure of playing out those moves. Oh well. So we're on, what's my rating? 2157? Is this fun or what? I don't know. It's the 3-minute auto pairing. What do you guys think of the speed? 3-minute chess. Do you think it's any good? I think I'm sick to death, to be honest, of bullet chess, especially on servers which just don't have time seal. So you end up just losing loads of games on time. Doesn't matter how hard you try, and it just becomes a bit. After a while, it just feels rubbish. I'm trying to wean myself off bullet chess. I don't know about you guys, but I think bullet chess is something to be treated as a bad addiction in chess. It's not very nice. I don't know why I've played so much bullet chess in the recent couple of months. I must stop that. I protect c2 or not bother. You know, the knight could come to visit a5 one day. Maybe bishop d2. I want to play maybe g4 and f5. Okay, bishop d2 stops knight a5. So if I play g4 and f5, I'm getting positionally more scope for that bishop. I know it's crazy to do this in general, But, you know, the bishop's scope is important here. Surely. There's rook f3 to h3 on the cards. What about g5 here? Would I keep that open? G takes. Because it could open up the bishop. G5 is tempting. Rook f3 might be tempting. What about just rook f3? Just let him take on g4. What if there's f5? But he's extending my pieces. I think bullet chess is bad if you're on an unfair server with no time seal. I think it's important to have time seal so the server knows exactly when you played your move, because you end up losing these games to people just closer to the server. I'm not saying that's true of the ICC. I think ICC bullet's quite fair. I think the best for bullet is probably playchess.com. It's amazingly quick. The bullet chess on playchess.com, that chess base to it, is really cool. But yeah, I think bullet chess in general is a regretful waste of time after. E takes, knight takes. There's knight takes g6 check to factor in. E takes, bishop takes f4, because there's bishop e5 maybe. Now if I took that, what about just, I don't want to lose c2. These double pawns look horrendous. I think I'm going to take here for bishop f4. I think this bishop f4 might give me something. If I can double up rooks, I'll be threatening knight takes g6 check to win f8. So bishop takes, knight takes, say a queen infiltration. There's rook a f1. So I'm threatening knight takes g6 check for rook takes f8. He can take on b2, but that's the threat he's got to address. That looks terrible for his king there. This diagonal looks juicy. What about knight d5? So I'm just on d6 now. I've got this is a beautiful position, surely. I had some crazy 3-minute chess the other day though. I had near winning positions. I thought I was kicking around my opponent's king like a football, and they somehow managed to escape once or twice. I didn't understand that the other day. But here it just looks a very dominating position. If I just take on d6 and go to e5, I mean, how many ways of winning this are there? I mean, knight e8 now is threatened. If I just play knight e8 if I want the exchange. Alright, he's mauling my queen side, as you do. I think I'm going to threaten now. Rook takes, queen e5 check, rook g7, rook f8 is mating. A little mating combination.
Check.
To finish him off by force. I'll pre-move that. He's resigned here. It's brutal. Chess is brutal. Isn't it? Especially forcing moves like that. Rook takes, queen e5,
check.
Pin, rook f8 would have been mate. Just to show. Let's go for this b5 plan against Berber. GM 2256. He's weakening his dark squares as well, you know, with that. It's not entirely clear cut, I would say, to take on my thing there. He might be giving me this diagonal to play with and c4 to play with. Right, from f5 for knight f7. I'm weakening e6. a5 for a4. Allow him to f4, f5. I think this one. I want to try and damage the structure here. The pin is handy for f4. Unpin, but I'm weakening e6, of course. Swings and roundabouts. I've just weakened e6, so knight f4 later is dangerous. Now e7's a problem as well. I've got a few problems here. What if I try and exchange queens with queen b4, or at least evict that queen from that lovely place on c3? I don't like this pin on f6. Try and undermine the structure. So, e7 is the eternal. I've got queen e1 on rook e7, a little trap I'm going to set. Queen takes e1. Will he fall for it?
Check. Check.
So 2 rooks for the queen is usually a good deal. If I get them coordinated and pin this bishop next, I'll threaten to eliminate that knight before this queen hits f6. That's a very, very nasty tactic. Can I avoid it? If I take queen c3 check, where does my king go? He's winning a whole rook. He's on my bishop. Think about this. Critical. I think rook e2 for the moment. Queen c3. King f8. I've got to pin his bishop. Surely. Get my king out of here. I've pinned that bishop.
Check.
His queen's coming for dinner on f6, unfortunately.
Check.
And then there's knight f8.
Check.
This could be nasty.
Check.
I've got d8 covered. Can I just double on g2 or something? Oh no. Oh no. This queen d8 is going to be mating. What a horrible thing. f5, f3. I get a chance for f3 for knight e5, queen f5, bishop g6, knight f8 double check. It's too complicated. What about knight e5 here? He's not. There's no queen d8, mate. I've just lost the rook. That's a bit of a snag. Bishop g6 for bishop e4. Bishop g6, queen g7. I'll just the king over here to b4 maybe. So bishop g6.
Check.
Uh-oh. There's knight f3 of queen e8. So bishop g6 coming up. King g3 is a problem. Rook e3, king f4.
Check.
Okay, I'm threatening knight f3 check. Oh, is this going to queen his pawn now?
Check.
I get behind here.
Check. Check.
He's queening his pawn. I've just let him get a good position with his Oh, he just takes the rook. Oh, he didn't take the rook.
Time warning.
That was a bit sad. And let's resign there. I thought I had things under control for a moment. Oh, not this again. Why don't I just take that pawn? Did I just play this guy earlier? Oh. Right. At f5, that diagonal could be a bit weak. Actually, queen e5 check here. If I can just not play bishop c4, queen h5
check.
To take on e5.
Check.
I take that? Is that a hot rook? I'm hoping not. So e5. No. Threatening. Queen takes.
Check.
Let's try this gambit as black. I think it's a little bit familiar to the Smith-Morra in reverse here. Oh, come on,
Check.
come on. Why did I do that? What a muppet. Oh, maybe it's okay. Knight d4. Oh, knight f7. Oh, I don't know. Must pay attention more. All my pieces are going to be hanging, aren't they? That's the problem with this. And 2 pawns down doesn't look good. This gambit's been refuted. I didn't need
Check.
to play the way I played. Ah. Oh well. Okay. How to get some counterplay here? If rook e1 knight c2 maybe. I'm quiet because I'm embarrassed.
Check.
2 pawns down. I don't know if I've got any possibility of attack. This could be resignable right now. I don't know. h4 doesn't really do much. His pawn structure is like very solid. I have got a clock advantage. There is something. I've got a clock advantage. That's worth something in a 3-minute game. I've got a plan maybe. If the knight wasn't eliminated, there was knight g5, but it's going to be taken probably. Knight g5. I don't know if it does anything. Oh, let's stop that. There's knight f4 here. For rook takes. Little cheapo.
Check.
He's fallen for that cheapo. No, he hasn't. Okay, opposite coloured bishops. Better than earlier. Maybe opposite coloured bishops. Oh, what a move! What a move! Oh, hang on. This bishop takes f2. I deflect this bishop
Check.
with bishop e3. Just get the exchange back. No, I don't want to do that. e5, bishop f4. Think about this. Can't get out of the pin. So d5 is looser after that. Bishop g5 doesn't do anything. I think I have to go for... No, it's pretty bad. Pretty bad. e5's coming. Very, very strong.
Check.
Okay, e5's coming.
Check.
So it's threatening quite a bit.
Check.
And it's mating. Whoa. That was well played, yep. But the opening didn't need to be a disaster. I would repeat that opening up to here without e4. I just castled. Okay, a way out. Sorry, are we back? If I do a reconnect, pardon me. Sorry about that, I got disconnected. This is a bit of a shame. So I lost that game. So I don't know what my rating is. As long as it's over 2100, I'm fast. I mean, sorry, is anyone still watching? I got disconnected. It's a shame. Even with fibre internet, it's a bit unreliable. Unreliable. Brutal Deluxe. I don't know if the stream's still even working. Does anyone? Is the stream still working? Well, I hope so anyway. Okay. Let's see. Well, oh, the stream's still there. Sorry, I got disconnected. If I play, no, this is not good. G4. Oh no, this is not good. E6 is coming. G5. Lose the knight. Getting swamped. Lose the queen. Oh, I'm losing the exchange. I'm going to lose something. I'm going to try and get some compensation. He's not even taking the exchange here. Not yet. Bishop takes e7 was on there. Maybe that's something. Oh. I play b5. What do you take that? You can take. So, more solid openings are less embarrassing, I think, than this. If I try and play more solid openings occasionally, or try to with the black pieces, but I tend to get thumped even in the solid openings. So I don't know. There's no real golden bullet here. I got a clock advantage. He's thinking finally. Maybe it's not that easy to do my position in, which would be good news. Knight takes, rook takes. I get that. C3 knight. Two exchanges down. On the other hand, these pawns could be handy. Don't want him to give an exchange sack without. So f5. Knight e6. Pieces are coming to life. I don't want an entry of a rook. He could sack the exchange. Well, I don't think I think he might have misplayed that, to be honest. Yes. Yeah, it was all over me there. Blue shot. I've beaten him once before recently on the 3-minute auto pairing. But he's pretty dangerous, of course, being a GM. I'll try and get this e4 square. So knight g5 for bishop e4. Knight g5 h6. What about rook a e1 first? Rook b e1 first. So knight g5 on e6. And queen f2 to h4. Get this out of the way. Queen h4 on h6. Actually, bishop e4 looks tasty. If I can get to play queen h4 and bishop e4, that would be looking tasty on h7. What about bishop e4 straight out of the way? Take on g5, I suppose. Exchange sack. Rook f6, queen h4, same thing. I want to play bishop e4. Ah, it's too late. What a pain, one move too late. Queen h4, rook f4 takes. Then the knight's in trouble. Everything's hanging. Is there a move here? Queen h4. Queen g3. There's rook e4, h4, h6, knight h3. That might be best. There's bishop h3. That's not good. That's gone. Rook g1. Rook e7, that's g3 check. It's grim. G3, queen d2.
Check.
Whoa. Oh dear, oh dear. Okay. Let's try f5 here for a laugh. Is d6 is asking for it. Knight c6. Nope, still asking for it. This one, bishop f7. This d5 is interesting. So knight f7, d5. Try and get some central control for the rook. Castle queenside. I've seen this before.
Check.
This kind of thing. He hasn't gone for that material. He hasn't gone for the rook. That's annoying. If took knight f7 check would win the queen.
Check.
There's bishop a6 here. Do this first. Pinch it on my bishop. Let's think. So what's going on here if I get out of pinning situations? That's e3 or h5. Well, is the position that terrible? Is it? I don't know. If takes knight d4, I'm loosening c5, hitting the queen. He's actually going for that. What about queen h4 here? What's wrong with queen h4? How strange. Has this IM just been hacked? Now g3 or e3 looks good. I think e3 just, if takes g3, seals the king's fate, surely. So queen h1, he blew that. The IM blew that. So that was, you see, you can beat IMs with total rubbish openings. Now, I don't know how rubbish this opening is. It's actually quite interesting here after queen f6. Does anyone know the name of that? Just let me know. I've forgotten it. I've forgotten what the name is. It is a start position. Is anyone still watching? I don't know if anyone's watching this. Oh, 13 watching now. Oh, sorry. I don't know what happened to it. Oh. Maybe I've got to say hi all sometimes. I don't know, to get you guys back. Sorry. I like this Alicoin Chatard gambit. It's one of my favourite gambits. I've had good practical results of it, even in longer time controls. It might be threatening. Bishop g6. I'm going to scoop up the whole king side here.
Check.
I'm going to try and, all these pawns, I'm going to try and push them later. Or should I just go for his king? Rook h3 looks dangerous. I could go for his king instead of that pawn.
Check. Check.
What does he do about c7? There's surely a combination here. What's going on? This looks too dodgy to be true. Is this really the case? Queen h5. Oh, castle queenside for a moment. Or rook g3. Well, I can do this. Win another pawn.
Check.
I'll go back for more with rook f3.
Check.
I think rook f7. Nice to have a rook on the 7th. There is a check here. I think I need to use another rook in this game. The rook somewhere. This one.
Check.
I'm 30 seconds down on the clock. Got to get my clock back again. My time back. I start moving these pawns. Threat, rook takes c6, rook takes d7. Is that working there? Probably not. Right, if I took on h7, is that possible? For g5, just to get this g pawn up the board without any problem. Takes. No. Or if I just take on h7. If he really wants the queens off, I'm going to find out. Nope. Oh, come on. What am I doing? Horrible pin. Oh, no, no. I shouldn't have done this. Let's unpin. My clock situation is still bad as well.
Check.
Catching up on the clock. It's always good to get a piece back.
Time.
Oh, he resigned. That's very generous. Oh, I thought he was really coming back there, strong. Let's play. No, what nonsense shall I play here? Shall I play check Benoni? Right, I'm trying to get some play as well from this structure. Mixing the check Benoni with a Benko gambit for a laugh. Sorry, see what? Is there an issue now? Can you not? Is knight b6? That was my move just now, knight b6. Why can't... okay, knight f4. Oh, it's going to win the exchange. That's naughty. Alright, c5's dropping. I haven't got any cheapos. That's c5. I can take on h3 and hope for the best.
Check.
We get this rook over. It's g6. This one, I don't know how to get this one in. He's got always rook e3. I think it's easier to defend this attack. What do I do to rook e3? Take rook g3, takes queen g2, and the attack queen e3. I'm on the rook here. Interesting. King h1. I don't know.
Check. Check. Check.
Get this rook across somehow. Oh, he's got d6. That's a bit of a pain.
Check.
I've got queen e4.
Check. Check. Check.
I'm going to take on b3. Why don't I just take on b3? What am I up at?
Check. Check.
Oh, I got
Checkmate.
mated. Oh, come on, wake up. That was terrible. Take here. Oh no, what? I'm going to get queen d5 here.
Check.
Doesn't really help. Queen h5. So what's going on here with the stream? I don't know if I need to restart it or something. Knight. Oh, my queen's kind of stranded. Oh, that's pretty nasty. I've got my queen. How did that happen? Oh dear, oh dear. Should I try restarting? I mean, yeah. E6. Maybe E5 is better. For knight D4, actually. Knight D4 coming up. Actually, bishop C5 is nasty. You missed bishop C5, I think. I'll say hi there. Ah, shall I? Okay. Is it better now? Did that do anything? Just out of interest, I just tried doing something. Nothing much, but I tried doing something. Stuck. Okay. No? It's not stuck? It is stuck? Oh, better known now. Okay. Alright, after this game, I'll try and, I don't know what I'm going to do exactly. I could do some stream testing. What do I do to fix the problem? Bishop I3. Restarting yields the same thing. I wonder if I try a lower bit rate or something.
Check.
Higher bit rate. Intriguing.
Check.
Okay. If I get rid of one pair of rooks, that's another problem. Watch out, some chess problems as well. Yeah. Sort out. Does anyone have any ideas how to sort out the problem? I don't know if. What do I do?
Check. Check.
Stuck.
Check. Check. Check.
That was 95
Check.
check. 95.
Check. 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 Check.
I think it's lost
Check.
some time. But okay, I need to. I'll try stopping this.